All right, so let's get started. Let's make sure this actually works. Are we here? Are we live? Is this working? Have you been drinking again? Yes, sir. Been drinking fresh Ozarka Texan stream water. Yes, it's water made for streaming. It's stream water. So let's see. What should we start the video on? We will start the video. Random. Yes, Copaz. Very random. So we are going to start the video with an announcement that we are going to start doing these repair workshops where people can bring in their stuff to fix it. And I've announced the schedule. You can see the schedule here on the blank screen. Here we go. futo.org/workshops. That is futo, futo.org/workshops. I'll post it in the chat down below. I'm posting a schedule. For everybody who keeps asking, how do I sign up? You don't sign up. You just show up, and that's that. It would be useful if I actually updated it with the address so that people knew where to go. And there we go. Okay, slightly better now. So yeah, I intend to have these open to the public at regular times without doing this, like having to change the schedule all the time. But since my staff is still in New York, I don't actually, I'm literally going to be the only one there. So the schedule is going to be subject to change. In a month and a half, I hope for these to be much more regular where I don't have to post this. And again, you do have to check this every day because this may change if something comes up or I have a meeting where I can't be there for an hour or two, I am going to change this. So do check that the day that you show up. But if you want to show up, you can bring your soldering project, whatever it is you want to work on. We will have microscopes, soldering irons, hot air stations, multimeters, micro multimeter probes, power supplies, and as time goes on, hopefully some more stuff so that you can work on your own electronics. This is brought to you by Futo, F-U-T-O, not to be confused with Futa. Do not Futa my Futo. Futa is not Futo. Futo is not Futa. Let's just make it clear that they have nothing to do with each other. They have nothing to do with each other. So I don't want to hear it anymore. All right, what do we have here? Let's go through some of this chat and see if we have anything useful. Is there anything useful? Let's see, what do we have? Hope everything is going well. Travis, thank you very much. Where's Clinton? He is on the floor. That is where cats live. Cats live on the floor of households. Do you get a punch card and your third audit is free? Where is the new shop? The new shop, you've checked the link. The address is in the link, my friend. You checked the address. Still could use a little bit of work. Could use a sign. Could use a window. We're working on it. We're getting things done one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be cool, though. It's going to be cool. Do you still daily drive Graphene OS? I do. It's fucking awesome. I love Graphene OS. I genuinely, being able to set the permissions on Google's spyware is awesome. It just gives you a new feeling of control over your phone. I can't give that up. I get it. Listen, trust me. I hate not having a micro SD card. I genuinely do. But if the alternative is using a phone where Google gets to set the permissions of its own spyware to a privileged user, no. You don't get, Google spyware does not get to run in the trusted app SE Linux domain on my device. F that. I am setting permissions on Google spyware. Do you know how I knew we were connected? You made a reference to Kucha from Final Fantasy IX. No one I follow even knows that game. I love that game. It's one of the best arguments against nihilism and the whole life is pointless thing that I've ever seen. I think it's cool. How much to repair our mistakes? You were in my dream. You were very mad about soup. I appreciate the $2, sir, and thank you very much, but that is a weird-ass thing to donate. Can we do the workshop in Discord? No. I don't have a way to... Yeah, I don't have a way to show you... I don't have a way for you to look at your stuff in a micro... I don't have a way to do that in Discord. Once we come up with a way, where you can, like, you know, I can teleport you a soldering station and all that shit, maybe, but technology is not, hasn't allowed that yet. Hello, Oreo. Hi. You're my cat. You're my cat. You're my cat. Oh, hi. Look at this little cat. Look at this adorable cat. Look at him. He's so cute. I love this little Oreo. He's my Oreo. He's my Oreo. Where are you if not New York? I am in Texas. Oreo. Oreo, why does your eye have cook on? All right, give me. What is with your recent second tax audit? There is nothing with it. It's just an audit. It doesn't come with bundled items. There's nothing with it. Changed my battery on my MacBook Pro. To be clear, that is not a, like, so my repair business that does paid repairs is not here yet. So if you do not bring shit there saying, I want to pay you to fix it, because that's, I don't have that yet. But if you want, this is solely if you want to work on your own electronics at a workstation and get assistance or guidance and tips and tricks and everything from me. Like, don't show up there saying, I need this specific thing fixed and I want to pay you to do it. Business is not open there yet, but will be soon. Let's see. Look at this little kitty. Look at this little adorable little Oreo. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, man. He loves being on stream now. You know, he didn't like jumping on the chair a lot when he was in New York, but now he jumps in the chair all the time. How much flux do you think we need to fix Congress? More than I've ever bought from Inventec in my life. What are your thoughts on Lineage OS? I'm not a big fan. Like, they seem to focus on, as, you know, getting it to work as quickly as possible on as many devices as possible, but a lot of the times is random stuff that winds up not working. A lot of the install guides are missing things that are like, it's just, it's not my thing. By all means, you know, kudos to the team for making it, but it's just not my thing. I'm a graphene fanboy at this point. You use micro-G only. I don't use micro-G. I use Sandbox Play Services. What is your daily driver laptop? Right now, Framework. Lewis, how old are you? I am now 34 years old. I am 34 years old. Can't you stream in Discord? Yes, but I stream to YouTube, so I don't have a need to stream to Discord because I stream stuff to YouTube. But also, I can't give you access to physical equipment via Discord. There's no way for me to give you access to physical equipment via Discord. The technology does not exist yet. When does first truckload appear from New York shop? Depends on the moving company. I'm hoping 2 weeks. 2 weeks is my bet. Going from an S10 to the Pixel, I like using Graphene OS, so there's a lot, but... Do you need to do a secondary audit or to see you cleared one and call it dead? Nope, I will go through it again. Lewis, would love to know your opinion on the established titles story. I don't know what that is. Established titles. I don't know. Never heard of it. Don't know what that is. I'm sorry. No clue. I have my own microscope, meters, oscilloscope, and scattering pens. In that case, you don't need me. It's the brain I want workshop. I don't know. Listen, there are a lot of people that disagree with me. I know Jesse Cruz disagrees with me on doing remote training. I fucking hate remote training. It sucks balls. It's so annoying. Like, if somebody's holding the iron wrong, you can't really see it. Like, you have to I don't know. It's just, it sucks. You can't, like, jump in and say, no, let me show you how I would do this particular thing on this particular board, and then undo it so you can do it. Like, there's just... It sucks. I hate remote. I'm sorry. There are people out there that are great at it. I hate remote. I genuinely hate it. It's just, no. If you look back at the last 10 years and you had a chance to go back and do one thing differently, what would you go back and change? Any single decision. I can't say that with a single decision. I would probably change 50 decisions. Yeah, I can't answer that. That's a really bad question. There's 100 things I would do differently, not one. Hey, Lewis, met you at DEF CON. Sorry for the new audit. Hello. How are you? If you don't have electronics to fix, but I'm willing to learn. Is it worth going? I don't know. Well, the whole idea is if you have projects you want to work on, I can help you with those projects. But if you don't have anything to work on, then I don't know what I would do. So I would sit you down at a station, but then you'd be sitting down at a station with nothing to do. So I don't know. I mean, I have donor boards and stuff that you could mess around with, but like I don't have assignments. I don't have things where like I'm not going to be giving you assignments. If you have something that you want to work on or a project of any of some sort, then I will help you with that project. But I don't have like assignments for you. I do have a box filled with garbage donor boards. So if you want to fuck with the garbage donor boards, you can mess with the garbage donor boards and like try to take a chip off, put it back on, stuff like that. But I'm not going to have assignments for you. It's very much so like a process where you're going to be coming up with your own curriculum by bringing shit that you've had problems with or screwed up on and so on and so forth. Do you like left Twix or right? I don't understand what that means. Right? What? I appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. Hello to you in San Antonio. Your question unfortunately makes no sense. I'm sorry. You're up the floor you made in your old shop. Nah, no need for this. Do you do shoulder injections? That's a weird-ass question. What is the perfect soldering iron? I don't think there is a perfect iron, but one of my personal favorites is the Hakko T30-KN tip on a Hakko 2032 micro pencil. I have let's see. Should have a link to that in one of my other. Oreo, you took up the space where the keyboard goes, Oreo. Oreo, you're not supposed to take up the space where the keyboard goes, boy. Can I have a kitty? No, you cannot have a kitty. Let's see. So here we go. Sweet mercy. Pro tip, do not let people solder battery cells with irons. It's a bad idea. If you don't know what you're doing, I will, yes. I will say that is true. Yep. What do you think about Sailfish OS? I've never heard of it in my life until you just said it. I fixed the screen on an S21 Ultra. Now it has a weak signal. Is it likely a flex ripped or more likely to damage the board? No clue. It still gets 4G, no 5G. No idea. Never heard of that one. I would have to open it, and then after opening it, see what you did. But see, this is the thing. This is why I hate this shit in person. This is why remote sucks. So rewinding, 3 minutes to the remote question. I don't know. I can't see it. I can't look at it. I can't examine shit. I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel bad. You gave me $5. I have no idea without opening it. And even then, it's a toss-up. My guess would be that you rip some shit because that's more likely than you breaking a chip. So I would probably lean 75% towards you ripping something. But even then, I don't know. What computer operating system do you use and why? What operating system did you come from and why'd you leave? In 2002, I used Windows XP. In 2002, I used SUSE 8.1. In 2004, I used Gentoo. In 2014, I stopped using Gentoo because I decided that I should treat myself with respect, and that having 15 different issues with compiling new shit with Portage was not treating myself with respect when I could get the exact same shit done with another distribution without going full autist in terms of compiling every fucking thing on my computer from source for no genuine real world benefit. So then I went to Debian. After that, I was having issues with a lot of the recording stuff that I do in Linux. So this is also before DaVinci Resolve was really as refined in Linux. So I went to Windows 8, then I went to Windows 10. Then in 2020, I went to use Ubuntu because I looked at a lot of the shit that was going on with Windows 11, how a computer that I got just a few years ago that has a 9,000 CPU benchmark score and a Quadro GPU is not compatible with Windows 11. And it's like, I have to pay money to get a new operating system. And the new operating system is not even going to work on a powerful computer. Like, we're not talking about a Pentium 2 here. We're talking about a really powerful computer. And also, Windows Explorer would constantly crash for me in Windows 10. If I right-click a folder on Windows Access on any computer, whether it's a pre-installed Windows from the OEM or my install of Windows, it would always fucking crash for no reason. Explorer just crashes. It would just go like Windows 10 is a horrible, horrible operating system. It's an absolute piece of shit. So I just wonder, why am I using this shit anymore? So I use Ubuntu. The problems that I had with it is twofold. A, DaVinci Resolve is the only good video editor on Linux. Blender is for people that are like 250 IQ. I don't know how the fuck anybody uses Blender to edit video. There's Kdenlive, which is just horrible. I don't game. I sometimes play Dota. I've thought about playing Dota again, but I have a lot of work to catch up on, so I haven't played Dota recently. But I would like to go back to playing Dota because I used to stream that on my other channel. With Linux, the two issues I had were audio routing. With Jack, I finally figured out how to use Jack off audio and make it work. And the other thing is with this basic video editing, like, you know, Kdenlive doesn't even allow you to use audio plugins. You can't use VST or LV2 or a lot of the audio plugins. You can't use audio plugins in a video editor in 2022. It's just so far behind. Now, DaVinci Resolve will work on Linux if you have a video card. However, if you do not have a discrete video card, if you have Intel Iris graphics, then it doesn't work. DaVinci Resolve only works in Windows with integrated graphics. So that was one of the other issues. So I think I have Windows running on my framework because my framework literally won't let me use DaVinci Resolve in Linux. And then on my desktops at home and work, I use Ubuntu because, I don't know, I don't feel like fucking with shit endlessly to make it work like I had to back when I hated myself and used Gentoo. But again, I've learned to respect myself, so I don't hate myself, so I stopped using Gentoo. Congrats on escaping the city. Thank you. What do you think about the phone Musk wants to make? I don't really care about the phone Musk wants to make. That was a single tweet into the void, and I don't. A lot of people have said you should contact him about making a phone. It's like, yes, let me call him on his cell phone because I'm sure I'm on his he's on my speed dial. I didn't know you could use Blender to edit video. That partially explains the clusterfuck of UI. Yes, that user interface is just painful for me. What's the story behind the sheep logo for Rossmann Repair? I worked at a place that used to rip off customers, and I worked there for 4 days before I quit. The sheep is a humble animal that is not going to rip you off. It is kind. It is cute. It won't hurt you. It won't fuck you. The sheep is a happy little logo that reminds people that I don't rip people off. That is the purpose of the sheep. I like to visit before you move. If I stopped and say hi, would that be too much of a workflow intrusion? You can, as long as you're not a creep. The thing is, sometimes people walk in and say, hi, how are you? And they leave. And sometimes people walk in and just start asking really creepy questions. And like they really just linger way too long. And they don't get the idea that people are busy. And they don't get the idea that if they have nothing to say, that it's kind of time to go. So if you're one of the first people, great. If you're one of the latter, then no. But yeah, I'm not in the New York City State place, and I don't plan to go back there before it closes. At the first, I thought maybe I should go back just to see it one more time before it closes, but honestly, I don't want to. I want to just like Band-Aid right off, never again. What is your suggestion on where to learn the basics of motherboard short detection for a complete beginner? Watch the 3 to 5 videos that I've done on short circuit detection. Also read the guide that I did. So I should have an actual video playlist on this. Let me... Excuse me. I'm going to find it. I know I have a video playlist on this. I'm going to find it and... Excuse me. Damn it, Oreo with the cat hair. One moment. Give me 1 second. Don't super chat anything so I can find this, because I'm going to miss it. If you super chat something right now, I'm not going to read it because I'm looking through my playlists to see if I could find this playlist for this gentleman. 1 moment. If you hit super chat right now, you will literally be pissing your money away. Okay. Wait, what did YouTube do with playlists? It made it way more difficult to find them than it was before. You used to be able to see them all on a list on one page. Wrong about troubleshooting common issues. Yeah, this sucks. What the hell? Okay, here we go. You have to click in a different area. All right, 1 second. Almost there. Here we go. Short circuit detection. So I have a playlist that looks like it has 17 videos on it. Now, some of these videos probably shouldn't be there. Like one of these. Okay, yeah, I should probably delete that one. That doesn't make sense. What the fuck's a video on Wall Street bets there? Anyway. Okay, so the person who asked about short detection. The first thing you should do is check out my shorts playlist. And the second thing that I would suggest is checking out my beginner's guide. Where, let's see if I can find the beginner's guide. Here we go, beginner's guide. So I just linked you to the playlist, and now I linked you to the beginner's guide. So you should have that. You should be good. Excuse me. Oreo. Look at this little Oreo. Look at this little cat. Have you heard anything about Fiat Chrysler Security Gateway preventing car owners from interfacing with their vehicle's computer unless they have a registered tool and yearly registration? Registration costs yearly money. I have not. I mean, it depends on what it is. Like, what is the cost per year? If you actually want to, like, I've never been against that. I've never been against the idea that if you want to be able to get access to fixing your own stuff, like that the tool to do so may cost money. I've been against it not existing altogether, or the tool being, $1 million a year or some shit. Oh God, Oreo, you want attention? I'm streaming, bro. What new audit? I just did a video on it. Have you ever tried when you went to Canada for LTT's video? I feel like I shouldn't Google that. I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice by Googling this. Let's see. What am I? Oh, French fries and cheese curds. No, that does not sound like something healthy. I don't eat shit like that. I avoid eating stuff like that in general. Good to see you. Love the videos. I wish you the best of luck in your new city. Thank you. Long-time viewer, first-time donor. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much. Can Paul repair or hack a Mercedes? I don't know. So you're not volunteering to assign homework. I am not assigning homework. If people, I am saying that if people come by this free repair workshop with something that they want help soldering or doing electronics basic troubleshooting on, that I will help them, but I am not making a fucking curriculum for free. I will help you with your project. So whether you are trying to solder some shit for an Arduino, if you are trying to do BGA rework on something, if you are trying to solder something in a microscope, I will help you. But if you show up and you say, I need help, I have nothing, I will probably send you to an asylum. BitBoy Crypto just posted a video and went to SBF's house in the Bahamas to confront him. SBF has yet to be arrested. Yeah, he sounds like a scammer. I remember the first time I read an article on him a year ago. There was this one piece in Bloomberg that was like 15 pages long, and I just thought, this sounds like the most hippie, ridiculous bullshit ever, but whatever, like, I don't know. Sounded like a scam. It was a scam. Are you watching the World Cup? Any insight into the World Cup? I don't care. I don't watch sports. I understand. I've done remote support and honestly wish it could apprentice. I think it would make you proud for the most part. It's going to be one great workshop. Thank you. Have you ever used adapters to power USB-C devices, 12 volt, 2 amp, PD with dumb 12 volt DC? I have not. Wanted to use an efficient PC ATX power supply for 24 USB-C lights. I haven't, but I kind of want to do that because I want to be able to power a MacBook without having to buy Apple's power bricks. I'd like to, because I usually have a power supply in the desk. I usually have a 20 volt power supply in the desk. And I connect that to a MagSafe. I don't usually use Apple's chargers because they often die in the course over the course of troubleshooting boards. Oh, Oreo acting cute. Yes, Oreo is very cute. I love this little Oreo. He's so good. He's such a good little boy. He's a good Oreo. Jody says, keep fighting the good fight. Thanks for everything. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Ubuntu uses since 2012, never going back to OS 10 or Windows. Any preference in keyboards to repair? I've never repaired a keyboard before. I mean, this thing cost about $8 on sale, so. Not anti-repair, it's just like, this is $8. Ubuntu used since 2012. Yeah, people don't remember back in 2004 when with other distros you had to fuck with NDIS wrapper just to get your Wi-Fi to work, and Ubuntu was the first distribution where like your Wi-Fi in your laptop actually worked out of the box. It's fucking crazy. If someone with little no soldering experience wants to learn, what should they bring? I would suggest asking to work on a donor board, because I do have a bunch of donor boards, or B, I don't know, literally, do you have any old crap laying around? I don't know, like an old laptop, like somebody brought a car key at one point, a broken car key. Another guy brought a CB radio. Another guy bought a clock radio. Somebody else brought a mouse that they wanted to replace mouse buttons on. Thank you, Ann. Try Olive Video Editor. It's open source and quite good even on Intel graphics. There are two versions, Legacy 0.1 and the complete rewrite. Try the version 0.2. I don't know. I don't hate myself enough to try any more of these like alpha video editors in Linux that have been around for 15 years that can't even work with audio plugins. Like I can't do it. It's just, I've tried so many of them and I've banged my head against the wall so many times. I finally got used to DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve works beautifully well. I love it. It's great. I actually paid the $300 for it. I paid twice because I lost my dongle over and over. How do you deal with smells in the shop? I was born without a sense of smell. Family's pissed off at chemical smells after soldering. Spent a lot of time do-it-yourself fan extraction outside, but it doesn't help the smell. It's probably not good enough. So you need two things. So again, I'm going to sound like a salesman here, but I don't really care. So here's the two things that I have. Check it out, baby. Check it out. I'm going to show you the two things that I have that work awesome. And because I'm a shill, I'm going to affiliate link them. That's right. Because I'm a shill. I'm a giant shill. I'm a corpo shill. So when it comes to smells, let's go over it, my friend. Okay, so the first thing that I have here is a proper fume extractor, not a do-it-yourself one that I fucked up. And again, I get it. This thing's insanely expensive. It's disgustingly expensive. I haven't found anything that works as well. Every time somebody like has something that seems to work as well, or they claim it works as well, it works like shit. I get it. If you're really smart, you could probably do it yourself, your own one. I just never found it worth it. And like, if it was for me, that's one thing, but this is for my employees, and I don't feel like them inhaling a bunch of fucking fumes because I suck at do-it-yourself and stuff. So Hacko Fume Extractor, I will link that here. Yes, that is a shill link, so if you use it, I get paid for it. And the next thing I have for the shop in general is one of these giant-ass air scrubbers. So these things are cool. These things are awesome, and I'm, again, gonna shill link you air scrubber. So I usually have this on. I'll have it on low during the day, and then when we leave, I'll put it on high, and it just gets rid of all the crap in the air. Like, you get a nice MERV 14 or MERV 16 filter for it. It's got like a carbon filter, a HEPA filter, a MERV 16 filter. You crank it, and again, what makes these filters better than the home filters, they're obnoxious. This thing is big, it is ugly, and it is loud. Like, but it works. Moving to Austin next month, really excited about food though. We need to sign up. There is no signing up. I'm actually going to edit that right now because I keep getting asked it. So there is no asking to sign up. You just show up. So you just show up. One sec. I'm actually going to edit this page now so that is more obvious. No signing up. No signing up. And to be clear, for the first month, there's a good chance that I don't have like every single tool that's necessary for everything. So like the tools for opening an iPhone screen, I'm pretty sure those are in a box that's in a truck right now. I have a screwdriver for opening an iPhone. I don't have the tools for opening an iPhone. But that's going to be coming. Like once the new place is set up, I'm going to have all that shit. So, I mean, once I have all my stuff from New York City. So like this is going to be a work in progress. It's going to be a work in progress. So yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. We're going to call it a work in progress. But yeah, there are some tools for opening an iPhone so you don't crack the screen. And I know I don't have those here. I have like soldering stuff. I mean Olive instead of Caden on the laptop. For desktop, I agree. DaVinci Resolve is best. Yeah, the just thing is, like, I have to look up if it's missing everything. Because like every video I try for Linux either crashes all the time or it's missing everything. Like just the ability to use basic audio plugins. So many editors are missing that shit. Like Vegas had that shit in 2005. Okay, one sec. We're going to edit this page. Okay. Do not ask to... Here we go. Do not ask to sign up. You show up with something to work on, and that is that. If you ask to sign up... Okay, no ask. There we go. Let's update it. What's your mic? Just XLR and additional mixer. What lights cam? I have Zoom meetings the other day. I've been upgrading to a better sound than everyone using key lights, XLR. This is a blue. This is a blueberry. And I use some little shitty Focusrite audio interface over here that actually works pretty well. I like it. So, yeah, I'll post some links for you. Please make Oreo OnlyFans or put his pictures in Patreon posts. You can post it on eternity. I made a post 1.5 years ago that said that the main purpose of that was to fund the nonprofit. What I mean was to fund lobbying and traveling for lobbying. And since I have a nonprofit dedicated for that now, that this is dead, So like I was expecting everybody to stop using it. Like I posted a message explicitly stating I did this to support, for a right to repair travel and everything. Thank you so much for supporting it. I raised $900,000 for right to repair travel to a proper nonprofit. So this thing is pretty much dead. I should probably just delete that thing because I appreciate it. Thank you. I was using that for the purposes of funding me traveling around the country and, bringing my bag with me and the TSA breaking my camera and all that stuff. Oh, the hotels for when I would travel to Massachusetts, Maine, Tennessee, Washington, Albany, but I don't have to do that anymore. I don't do that on my own dime. The nonprofit pays for all of that now. I'll post them to there. Maybe I'll post some of it to Matrix. I'll make it a Matrix only perk. So all those people that didn't want to switch from Discord to Matrix now have a reason to switch to Matrix. Hello, Lewis. So where do I sign up? I give up. I give up. I tried. I did my best, my friend. I did my best. I will take your $2 and I will pocket your $2. Yeah. Here we go. Do not ask to sign up. You show up with something to work on, and that is that. Beautiful. All right. Now the page is set. Oh, Oreo is acting cute. He is cute. When you were expanding your business from your old location in East Village, why didn't you expand into Handsome Dan's next door? Just wish you were still in the same hood. That building, so I was paying $5,000, $5,300 a month for 660 square feet. The space next door was slightly smaller, so it was like maybe the space next door was like 550 square feet, but it was also about $6,000. So if I wanted to expand, I want two choices. Behind door number one, I could have 2,200 square feet for 12,500, or I could have like 1,100 square feet for 11,300. It just, the first choice didn't make any sense. And also it was in separate locations. So I would have had like two locations that were smaller than one location. And also the building owners sucked. It took them weeks and weeks and weeks to even get back to us on heat not working. Well, I wanted to pay to install my own air conditioning and they ignored me the entire time. It was very bad building management. Just started in the RMA department of an electronics company. The main thing I need to work on is reading schematics. Any courses you recommend? Yes, I have a free video, not a course. So there's a few things that I'm going to continue link to here. So first thing I'm going to link you to is a guide. One sec. I'm going to post it in the chat in a moment. Oh, by the way, all these links that I'm giving you, these are links in pretty much all of my board repair videos. So every one of my board repair videos has links to all of these things in the video description. And the next thing I'm going to show you is a link to a video on schematic reading. Okay, so you have a link to a video on schematic reading, and then you have another link to a beginner's guide that goes over this, and it really tries to be really like basic ass shit. So like this is not a book, this is not a college level beginner's guide. This is literally like, and to be clear, if you're an electronics engineer, if you're a professor, you're going to look at this and be pissed because some of it is not fully correct. I wasn't aiming for it to be technically correct. I was aiming for this to be something that a kindergartner could look at. So like when I'm describing shit like how ground works, one sec, I'm in the wrong. Here we go. Yeah, this is like really basic shit. So like literally this is what we're doing to electricity. So like that's ground and that's the electron. Like this is really, really, yeah, like, so like when I'm showing you how a resistor fails, this is pretty much Microsoft Paint. When I'm showing you how a capacitor works, hi, I'm a capacitor. This is why broken capacitors will pass DC, whereas functioning capacitors will not pass DC, and you can see the DC, like you see it's sad, it can't go through, and now it can. This is AC going through the capacitor, so I show you the wave of AC. So this is why DC can't go through, this is why AC can. I'm a capacitor blocking DC. Like this is essentially kindergarten. So, but that guide is pretty much, it's probably less. Why Spectrum and not Google Fiber? I will give you 5 guesses. Actually, you know what? I will give you 1 guess. You literally only get 1 guess. I appreciate the $2, but a question like that, you get 1 guess. Let's see. I'll see if anybody from the audience can guess. Does having your business audited cost you anything, or just New York? Having my business audited costs me personally. Actually, no, it costs my business because I then have to pay my CPA to go over all of these records with me. I have to pay my CPA to help produce the records that they ask for. I have to then, on occasion, if they say, well, here's why this is wrong, and I know that I'm correct and I'm not wrong, then I have to find an attorney to provide them with an explanation, and then we go back and forth. So now you're paying the CPA plus the attorney. So even if I only wind up paying a few $1,000s as a result of an audit, I may have paid $20,000 or $30,000 or $40,000 in fees, depending on how deep it goes. So there's really no winning. Even if you didn't do anything wrong, either A, you are going to be producing all the stuff yourself, which means you are not going to be working on your business for the 180 hours that you're working on this bullshit, or B, you pay somebody else to do it, in which case you've paid somebody else to do it. Either way, it's lose, lose, lose. Lewis's recliner looks comfortable. It's very comfortable. You despise Google. Nope, that's not it. I despise Spectrum too. I really would have figured you would have got it by now. Also, I'm behind in chat by 15 minutes, so I'm eventually going to get it. Does Texas have communist vehicle inspections like New York? Their vehicle inspections are the same as New York's, which is you pay $8 to $20, they look at your car, and then they say, go. It's pretty much that. It's like, it's not a real inspection. It's like, okay, your car's not falling apart, you can go. What is the make and model of chair you are sitting on? Another opportunity to shill you all. Okay, one moment. We're going to shill you in just a second. Best bookshelf speakers. I don't know about best, but if I was talking about something on a budget, I would probably go with something like the Axiom M22. Yeah, let's find these. But these were $400 when I got them as a kid. Okay. $768. Holy. Wait, these are not the M22s. What the fuck? Wait, the bookshelf speakers. 1 second. You fucked them up somehow. My wife wants to know if you're single. Yeah, I'm not a swinger. Okay, so the M3 used to be like $300. Now they're almost $800. The M2 used to be maybe $295. Now they're $698. And the M22s are gone. And the M5 HP is holy fucking shit. What the fuck happened to Axiom? These guys actually used to be affordable. Their whole thing is we are cheaper than the competition that costs 2 to 3 times as much. And now they are the one that costs 2 to 3 times as much. Fuck me. I would rather just get a set of Vandersteins. What do you miss about New York? Miss Fios. Also, do you think Musk is actually going to make a Tesla phone, or probably just be some forked Android? Most likely some forked Android. Or, yeah. It would probably be forked Android. He's not going to start his own OS from scratch. And there's no reason to, because 99% of the work has already been done for you by Google. What Musk would have to do is he would have to get around the exclusivity agreements that make it impossible for you to get other manufacturers to produce your hardware. That's the hard part. And I will find a link to that if I don't get... Fuck. No good houses where Google was available. Yes, Google is not available in my area. You have guessed it. Okay, so the person who asked about my chair. So for Gunner, here we go. You get an affiliate link for the chair. And you get an affiliate link. And you get an affiliate link. And you get an affiliate link. Apparently, if you buy anything on Amazon with that link, even if you don't buy the thing I linked to, I make money off of it, which is kind of cool. It's addictive. I don't actually have to shill that particular product. You could literally say, I think fuck your chair. I think it sucks. I'm buying a different one. It's like, I don't care. I'll still make money. My wife is a professor, and she used her video about the subway grate design in New York City in her ethical engineering course. She loved the example. Thanks. That video was a shitpost. Apparently, that was made because because it would flood, and they put that up in that particular pattern so that the subway would avoid flooding. So I was a guy that had 4 hours of sleep that was raging in the morning as I walked to my car, because I was pissed off that I had to be up at like 5 in the morning. And I was making a shit post. It kind of worries me if my shit post made its way into a college course. And dare I say it, this is one of the things, like I've been asked to speak at a college ethics class 3 times in the past 2 months, and I have 2 out of those 3 times. The more that I'm invited to colleges to speak, the less credibility I see colleges having as an institution. I couldn't pass freshman chemistry. I couldn't pass freshman pre-calculus. I dropped out 3 times, and yet I'm being used and sourced and cited by colleges. It's a very strange dilemma. Okay, one sec. I actually fell off the treadmill. I forgot what I was going to link to before this. There was something I was going to link to, and I forgot what it is. So there was the chair. Do you plan on meeting Dastiny? What's a Dastiny? The reason your cat is clingy is because of the move. No, it's because he wants food. Fat bastard. He has an OS. Why wouldn't he be able to port that to a phone? Okay, that was the video I was looking for. The video on that thing that I did a week or 2 ago that nobody watched because my channel's dead. Let's see. Here we go. How does Google get away with this? So this video over here would answer your question. So the Google goes out of their way to wrong fucking page again. God damn it. Oh, I was looking for bookshop. Okay, no, it's not the speaker thing. Google goes out of their way to keep manufacturers from producing phones with forks of Android that they don't approve of. And it's not just Google, it's not just, like somebody like Elon that would get messed with this. Even Amazon was getting screwed by this. And they got fined recently. They got fined in India, I believe. Yeah, they got fined in India. I'm going to find you a link on that, unless I fall off the treadmill. Here we go. But I'm about to fall off the treadmill. Here we go. Google gets fined for restrictive agreements on forking Android. Good. So that's another video that I will put in my description, in my chat. Yeah, Google gets fined for restrictive agreements on forking Android. So the problem Elon Musk would have is, let's say he gets something really cool like Graphene OS, and he gets people to use the F-Droid store instead of the Play Store and all this shit. Well, now he has to figure out a way to get a good phone manufacturer like, I don't know, Motorola or HTC or Samsung to produce his phone with his OS. And that's going to be really fucking hard because Google are assholes. The other thing is, he doesn't need to make his own operating system on his own phone. He doesn't need that. All he needs to do is normalize the process of installing apps from files and repositories. Like, that's what we used to do. You used to go to a website. You would download an exe file, or you would download a tar.gz file with the source code of the program in Linux, and then you would just install it. Like, you didn't have your mommy hold your hand as you were installing an app. I get it. And when the Windows XP days, you got a virus from fucking plugging it into the internet. I get it. The pendulum is over here. But the problem is that the pendulum has swung too far in the other direction, where people will not install an application unless like Tim Cook told them it's okay. Unless Sundar Pichai told them to the Google Play Store that it's okay. Was fiber availability and house shopping criteria? It was not, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to pay an extra $300,000 for a house so I could have slightly faster internet. Fuck that. Like, yes, I hate 15 megabit per second up. It sucks. I'm just not paying $300,000 to $600,000 more for the same house so I could be over there and have faster internet. That's not how this works. Once I am a millionaire or a multimillionaire, we may change that. Like, the day will come when it's like, oh yeah, an extra $300K for a house so I could have it on that block and get fiber. Yes, but not now. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Like, why do you have to start your own operating system on your own hardware and all this shit, rather than just normalize the concept of people using the F-Droid store to get your app? Yes, that means they may install an app that has malware. But if you're using Google's version of Android, you already have malware. It's called Google Play Services. It's constantly watching everything you do and collecting data and uploading it. We went over that in this video. There's tons of examples of Google spyware on Android. Yeah, look at this. In the links of that video, there's a ton of, look. I'll link one study. We'll link another one. So what Elon Musk does not need to make his own phone. If they ban Twitter, he needs to make twitter.apk. He needs to make that available and tell people who have normal Android phones, I know your phone is going to pop up a little message saying this app was not trusted by the Play Store. And you're going to have to be okay with that. The way people were prior to this bullshit iOS system of a gated walled garden for app installation. How much for HDMI replacement? I don't know. You haven't told me the device. You haven't told me the model, the make, the year, how it broke, or anything. So it's impossible to answer that question. My open to the public, my private repair business that does repairs for money is not in Texas yet. Don't bring shit here to pay me to fix it because I don't have any of my shit. But all I have right now are a couple of desks for people to work on their own stuff. Again, if you want to try to fix your own HDMI port, and you bring an HDMI port in your device, you are welcome to use the station for free, and I'm happy to give you tips and try to stop you from fucking it up in real time by using the microscope and the microscope camera with you. But my business that will fix things for you is not here yet. I'm hoping for that to be here in 2 to 2.5 weeks. I live in El Paso. Welcome to Texas. If I can ever do anything to help you out, let me know. Stop at Exit 0 and say hello if you're ever out this way. Cool, thank you. That's very, very kind of you. Hey, Lewis, what was the first Mac PC you used to BGA rework on? I don't remember. That's not the type of thing I remember, unfortunately. Do you speak other languages other than English? Buongiorno. Arrivederci. Anybody watching Glorious Bastards? Arrivederci. Buongiorno. What's Matrix like Discord? What? Why do you say WAT? You sound like an AOL user from 2001. What happened with Erica? That is a $100 super chat question. So I have an FAQ link down below that includes all of that. But if you want me to answer it, it's $100. Maybe $200. With inflation, I should probably raise the price. What do you think of the Tesla phone? Just went over it. They don't need to make a phone. They want to, you should always think when you're doing something, what is the problem that you want to solve? Pet the damn cat. And keep it the good fight for right to repair. Thank you very much, Craig. They want to solve the problem of what if this gets banned from the App Store? So what you do is you encourage people to use their own APKs. If they use an iPhone, then you're stuck. Just tell them that, if you want to be able to install applications that Tim Cook doesn't like, you're going to have to stop being an Apple user. Currently, Lamau at the second random order. Meh. Thoughts on proposed legislation in the U.S. for mandatory USB-C instead of MagSafe? That doesn't really make sense. Is an Apple using USB-C on everything to begin with now? I'm behind in chat by 12 minutes. Let's see. Mike Sorrow, Erica, $100 super chat. Probably 2. You know what? Fuck it. $200 super chat. Those are books I would read to a child. Can you write off when you get audited? No. Okay. You can write off the money you pay your accountant, but that does. I made a comment on this the other day, and on a video. This is the dumb shit that people do. So there are people that believe that when they say why don't you just buy it and write it off? They believe that write off equals money tree. Or business write offs are like JPow's money tree of 2020. That's not how this works. So I love Graphene OS. I think it's awesome, and I am continuing to use it to this day. Thank you, Daniel McKay, for making Graphene OS. It's awesome. I think more people should try it out and use it because it's cool. I think we donated $40,000 to it because everybody at Futo thinks that graphene is really cool, and we want to see more cool things happen with it. And we hope if he ever wants to make his own hardware at some point, instead of using just a Pixel, that he reaches out because we'd love to do something like that too. Graphene OS is cool. Anyway, when you write off when you get audited. So let's say your business brought in 110,000. Fuck. I'm just wondering what tools you would recommend to a person who's wanting to start electronics repair and what to look for. Everything that's in the description of. Fuck, where'd that video go? Damn it. Here we go. Look at a video like this. Look at my description. And the video description is pretty much going to give you all the things that I use in that particular video. I would suggest taking a look at that because I link everything that I use, and that's that. So to the write-off thing. With write-offs, the thing that drives me nuts, let's say that your business brings in $110,000 in sales, but you paid $100,000 that year for payroll and rent and everything else. That means your net profit was $10,000. So now with that $10,000, you have two choices. Behind door number one, You can pay yourself the $10,000 of profit as a salary and pay maybe, let's just say, $4,000 in taxes. So you take home $6,000 and you pay $4,000 in taxes. Or you can write it off so that you don't pay taxes and buy $10,000 of stupid shit that you don't need. Now, you don't pay any taxes because you made no income. You spent your $10,000 of net profit on restaurants and, random equipment, stupid shit you didn't need, but you have $0 to pay yourself. So instead of taking home $6,000 because you paid $4,000 in taxes, you take home $0. Write-offs are not a magical money tree. It simply means that of the net profit that you have in your business, instead of now having money to pay yourself as a business owner, you now have a bunch of random stupid shit that you bought that you don't actually need. So many people focus on how to not paying taxes instead of running a sustainable business. They get stuck in this idea of, oh my God, I'm going to write off everything so I don't pay the government. But then they have no money left for themselves, and they wonder why most businesses go broke within the first 2 years. It drives me nuts. Write-offs are not the goal in business. The goal is to have a sustainable business that does not spend money on stupid shit that makes as much money as humanly possible. I'm not a CPA, but I'll prepare taxes for you. No thanks. I failed my vehicle inspection yesterday. It's hard to imagine. Some of the fucking hoopties that were falling apart that I saw chugging their way through the inspection center and just that got approved. I pity the person driving a car that fails an inspection in Texas. They let anything through that shit. What do you think is the best way to address low-quality e-bike battery packs? Educating people on how to get good ones, shaming the companies that sell bad ones. Endless Sphere is a really good resource for good batteries. I like Endless Sphere. It's an amazing forum. And that's a godlike forum. What do you think of the B&W brand? I think B&W sounds very similar to Axiom Audio, but for 3 times as much money. But looking at what Axiom has done to their prices, it's probably not far off. I like Vandersteen. I'm a Vandersteen and a Teal person. A set of used Vandersteen Model 3s for $1,100. Get yourself a set of Vandersteen Model 2s or 3s for the $400 to $1,100 range. I just want to say I was watching your channel since right around the start of COVID. Been loving the content and glad you're willing to show a lot of your true beliefs in here. Love the cats. Thank you. Everybody loves the cat. Look at Oreo. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. Look at this kitty. Oh, he loves me so much. I love this cat. What was the first Mac? Oh, you're copying and pasting. Don't do that. I really like graphene. It's secure, open source, and has the least limitations. Yeah, graphene is the shit. Love graphene. What is your most watched film of all time? I like 25th Hour. I think it's a good one. I enjoy 25th Hour. Everybody focuses on the other Ed Norton stuff at the time, like Fight Club and American History X, but I like 25th Hour a lot. Do you think you make a video in one place which made their own internet connection? I don't know. I don't have a lot of interest in that, I'm afraid. Please tell me if that shitpost has nothing to do with Right to Repair that they want you to talk about that you throw in Right to Repair. I'm a little confused. Idiot question on Elon not getting his own OS. Aren't there already alternative OSs commonly used on jailbreak phones? Why not stand up one of those? It's not even about that. You don't need a new operating system. What you need to do is you need to normalize the concept of downloading an app and installing it yourself without using an app store. And Elon Musk, that's not a technical problem, that's a social problem. And Elon Musk has enough of a cult following that he could normalize that. The people are like, I'm scared. I'm not going to say, oh my God, what if there's something in this APK that I don't like? No. Elon Musk has enough, because let's face it, Elon's fans, there's so many, it's a cult of personality. And in this case, he could use that cult of personality and all the stands for something good, which is to start changing the culture towards being more accepting of the fact that there may be things that are really cool and useful that are outside of an app store. If he can get people used to having more sovereignty and freedom, then more power to him. I'm not renting or buying a home in Austin, but I'm currently renting a place in Round Rock. I like it here. Francisco, that is a $200 super chat. Francisco Passini. Okay, you have copied and pasted for the last time. You are out of here. Next. Blackberry, don't make that noise, little berry. Come here if you want attention, girl. The copying, it's very hard to keep up with chat, but when somebody copies and pastes the same thing over and over again, it makes it even harder. Okay. So let's dump all those. If you copied and pasted the same thing 3 to 5 times, I will give you a 15-second grace period to delete your duplicate post before I ban. Couldn't then, your point, Elon make a Twitter app store, an app store for open software that Google wants to ban? You already have that with the F-Droid store. I would suggest, again, the F-Droid store already does that. I would just try to make the things that already do that better rather than splitting everything. Like, there's no need to split the operating system base by making a new OS. There's no need to split the hardware base. There's no need to split the open source base. Just release Twitter on the F-Droid store. Go twitter.com/app.apk and make that available to people. Humdaglobal.com. In short, since Google is part of our company, we will most probably not be allowed to create a smartphone not running Android OS. What is HMD Global? Let's see. What is that? HMD. What is HMD? I never heard of HMD before. Hello, Clinton. How are you? Oh, damn. You were copying and pasting like 5 times a minute. Oh, get the F out of here. Did Julian Assange or Edward Snowden have a significant effect on you and your relationship with tech? No. What if he takes Tesla OS and has his engineers put it on a phone? I think he's halfway there. He wanted to go with a new OS. Why? You, again, Android, like the Android open source project is lovely. He's trying to, that's just not, in my opinion, that's not the way to solve the problem. Thank you very much, Sultan of Sick. I very much appreciate that. Never seen you stream before. I just saw your second audit video. Good luck and hope they all end up owing you a hefty chunk. Thank you. I don't care about VR headsets very much, already everything. I don't think most people care about VR headsets. Inglourious Basterds is a great movie. Very good. Where's the loudmouth Clinton? He's right here. Clinton! Psst, psst. Clinton! He's much quieter since he made it to Texas. He's mellowing out. It's expensive, though, because you need specifically a Pixel phone. Not really. You can get a Pixel 4a for dirt cheap. Do you think you can make a video on that one place that made their own? Oh, no. No, you're doing it too. You're copying and pasting. Grace period over. Let's see. Have you what? Doing better mentally now. Yeah, because like the New York State one was obviously like they were obviously going for the jugular when I provide like over a 6-month time period. I provide them every single piece of information they ask for. Okay, actually, over a 4.5 month, like 4.5 month time period, I offer them every piece of info they ask for, and then they just go like, we want, like over 500K. It's like, what? Did you even read anything I sent? The federal one, they actually, like, I nothing stupid like that has happened yet, so. Do you attend university? Yes, and I dropped out. What advice would you give to somebody who wants to get in your line of work? Just start doing it. Where's Blackberry? She's sitting on top of my amp over there. Are you interested in motorsports? Nope. If you don't know what tools you need, you aren't ready to start a repair shop. Well, that's just kind of being an asshole. Fuck off. Like, everybody knows what they need once they've already figured it out. Yes. Yes, if you don't know something, you can't start. Duh. That's why we try to teach people here. Did you make a video on that one place that had their own? Oh, go the fuck away. Stop spamming. Actually, never mind. I already banned you. I want to ask you a question. Okay, that's kind of a dumb question. Let's see. FAQ is outdated. Nope, FAQ is fine. FAQ is fine. Okay. What about use tax? What about use tax? When it comes to anime. Oh, I don't watch anime. Let's see. Is Oreo still peeing in the wrong place? No comment. Loco, I'm not a hero. I'm just a bum. Opinion on Bose. Very pro-advertising, anti-engineering company. Not a big fan of Bose at all. Thoughts on Waymo opening their public driverless ride-sharing service in Phoenix, and how many years will car ownership be non-existent? Bloomberg did a really good article just ripping apart the idea of this going anywhere. Here we go. There was a podcast, and then there was an actual article, and I can't find the article. For some reason, I can't find the article, but I found the podcast. Here we go. After $100 billion, self-driving cars are going nowhere. It's a really good read. This is a scathing fucking read. Max Shafkin did a really good job in writing this article. I just linked it in the description of the video. A lot of people shit on mainstream media outlets like Bloomberg, but they did a really good job at eviscerating the entire self-driving clusterfuck. Do you know of a good source to buy 18650 rechargeable cells to rebuild old PowerBook battery packs? No. How do you feel about new phones removing chargers from the box? I don't care that much about that. What I care about are new phones with processors that are so power hungry and charging systems that require so much more power than your old charger that if you use the charger from your last phone on your new phone, it's going to take 5 hours to charge your phone. I don't need a phone with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. I need a phone that doesn't have a fucking 6-core Xeon in it. It's so annoying when you're using your phone and it gets hot doing basic stuff. I don't need my phone to have a super processor. I just need it to last, and like a 3,000 milliamp hour battery would be fine in a normal sized phone if you didn't try to, like put an Opteron processor in there. Okay. Thank you, Bola. Thank you very much. Three cats on the screen you're not going to get because BlackBerry likes sitting on top of my amp. BlackBerry loves the amp. Okay, it's about time to get out of here. I'm going to finish up chat and then get going. Thank you very much for coming by. This was kind of fun. Hot take on investment advice. Don't listen to financial YouTubers that make $50,000 to $80,000 a month off of reading Yahoo Finance and adding their personality to it during a bull market. Mr. Clinton is hard to see in the current lighting. That is unfortunate. He is a black kitty. I'm sorry. He is essentially a shadow. Being an all-black kitty, he is pretty much a shadow. But have you looked at Oreo? Yeah, investment advice. My investment advice is do not listen to people that are milking YouTube for revenue by reading Yahoo Finance in their own words. I recently got a pair of Vandersteen Model 3s from the 90s. What do you recommend for powering the speakers? I don't know. Think about amps. You recommend using a subwoofer. Honestly, you're not going to need a subwoofer unless you're in a giant room. Like those speakers go down to like 27 hertz minus 1 or 2 dB. You're fine. Now, if you're going to be playing movies loud, then you do need them because those speakers, as you can see, they have very minimal cabinet, so they are going to start bottoming out, and you can damage the drivers that way. You'll wind up warping them. If it tries to go do, if that 8-inch driver tries to do 2 inches of excursion, it's going to start warping itself, and then the voice coil is going to start hitting the cone material, and it's going to be bad once it warps. So, but that's only if you're playing movies really loud. Running low on sarcasm. Here's $2. Thank you, Sonny. Are you okay? I would go see if you have any lumps in your abdomen or something. And you without sarcasm isn't real. But yeah, the financial advice shit. Yeah, people reading Yahoo Finance comment sections in their own words, and then like adding personality and lighting and branding to it. Again, that was a really easy path to making $50,000 a month on YouTube. And at the end of 2020, early 2021, and even mid to late 2021, like just like it was so easy to get 500,000 views a day on multiple videos, just from people, apparently just from people talking about stupid shit you could see in Yahoo Finance. But when they tell you what to invest in, fucking run away, bro. Because most of the time they're not investing what they tell you to. I don't care about Cam, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is, and unfortunately, I don't know what it is, and I don't really care. I'm sorry. I feel bad, but I don't really care. It's a memory module. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I think I finished the financial advice thing. Pixel 6a is $300. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. And the 4a is probably way cheaper. How long will the Pixel 4a be supported for? A year. But again, if you're being cheap, then you get what you pay for. I'm having some more graphene in what? Okay, 7 minutes of chat left to read. Is Oreo married? No, he wishes he could be married to BlackBerry. I enjoyed your appearance in Tim. Now that you're in Texas, have you thought about being approached in Rogan's podcast? No, I've given up on that. I think I contacted Joe Rogan in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 2 times in 2022. I actually got the email of his producer from Rich Rebuilds, and I got like yes, he knows who you are. And it's like, okay, cool. Do you want to do a show? Crickets. And then Rich showed up literally the next day on the show, and I'm like, okay, I'm never getting on this show. I'm not going to torture myself. I'm not going to spam somebody, you know. I'm not going to keep I would not want somebody to spam me over and over again. So in the beginning, I thought maybe my email went to spam, maybe I used the wrong email, and now it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to like spam somebody if they don't want me on their show. I enjoy his show. Every episode but the Larry Sharp episode. The Larry Sharp episode drove me crazy because Larry Sharp kept trying to explain the teacher idea for funding, and Joe seemed to miss it. But for I haven't watched the show a lot since April of 2020, but I watched a lot of Joe Rogan before April of 2020, and I tended to enjoy his show for the most part. I don't have anything against him personally. I just don't think I'm going to get on that show. So I've stopped bothering because I don't want to spam people, because when I get spammed, it bothers me. So I don't want to do the others what bothers them. What kind of mic do you use? Is it time? I think it's time for another spamming affiliate link. Here we go. What microphone do I use? Here we are. Microphone. Do you think Americans will ever regain their sense of freedom if they start to prioritize it again over convenience? I feel like a loser and a failure every time I begin to learn electronics. I feel like a loser and a failure every time I try to code. Stick at it. You got to stick at it every day. Make teeny tiny bits of progress. Set the most pathetic, most basic ass milestones for yourself and congratulate the crap out of yourself when you do it. I took a fuse off a board and put it back on and it didn't go on fire. Yes! Like really, I'm serious. I set the name of a variable and then I changed it and the program still worked. Yes! Like you really have to set the most pathetic milestones for yourself because you need that little kick of dopamine in order to feel motivated to keep going on. Do you watch World Cup soccer, Lewis? No, I don't. I don't get anything out of watching other people sweat. You think phones will get cheaper? They're dirt cheap as is. It's just if you want a flag shit, you're going to pay for it, but you don't need a flag shit. It's just that advertising, marketing, and above all, peer pressure and your desire to keep up with your peers makes you think you need a flag shit. Phones are dirt cheap. Moto G is like $140, $160. You can buy Pixel 6a for like $300. Lots of phones are cheap. It's just the flag shit is not cheap. And you don't need a flag shit. You just need a normal phone. Stop buying flag shits. The flag shits aren't even as good as the cheap ones. You're missing the micro SD card slot. You missed the headphone jack. I didn't even realize until 2 weeks ago, and I know I'm old, but I didn't realize that there was a cultural stigma around the green text message box in Android. Like the idea that if you're in a group chat, the person with the green text message box is considered poor because they use an Android phone. That shit's fucking stupid, bro. When did you end up deciding to move your shop to Texas rather than Florida? Or why? New job. So let's see. Actually, that should be in the FAQ below. If you take a look at the FAQ below, it will answer that. And also, I will post another video over here. Like, okay, my boss is worth over $1 billion. He uses a $100 Android phone. He uses a slow Nokia that is cracked. Again, this guy is worth over $1 billion. He could have any phone he wants. He could probably buy a fucking phone manufacturer, and he uses a cracked Nokia with like a Celeron from 1997 in it. It's so fucking slow, it's painful. This whole idea that your cell phone is a status symbol is stupid shit. And one of the things I liked in that interview that we did was he was talking about how people will just do this, like they will spend money on stupid consumerist crap instead of actually spend money on anything that will improve their own lives. Hope you're selling your new home to a great 2023. Thank you. You know, he was talking about like when he worked at Yahoo, when he was working on his games program before it sold to Yahoo. You know, he was paying for the servers himself. He had roommates, and he was able to pay for a lot of that crap because he didn't spend money on stupid shit. Like when he says I wouldn't spend money on stupid shit when I was broker, I can kind of believe him because when he's worth over $1 billion, he still has a fucking cracked Nokia phone. Like a steaming, and not even like a fancy one, like a steaming pile of shit Nokia phone. The kind that probably runs at 1 megahertz. That thing is slower than Oreo running up the stairs. Are you closing your New York store? Yes, I am. Good riddance to that state, that city, and its government. What is the best alternative for Branson 955? I never heard of Branson 955. Female cats can be weird. Cats in general can be weird. What's in cryo life extension? Not for me. How do you feel about the practice of taking out loans to start a small business? Not with it. Don't like the businesses that I started by taking my little $200 and trying to slowly roll it into something, even though my business was pathetic. Those businesses all did well. The businesses where I got $20,000 or $100,000 in funding from somebody else, all of those businesses went up in smoke. They crashed and burned horribly. The businesses where I had to take my little tiny investment of money and slowly build it into something all did well, and all the business that started with money already went horribly. I'm not a big fan of taking on debt for starting a business. It changes the decisions that you make, at least the decisions that I make. Can I fix remotely for you out here in Cali? I'll buy what I need. Nope, there's no way in hell. No remote work. I know this is unpopular. No remote work. Just no. If a customer drops something off at my store, it's staying in my fucking store. I am not taking customer shit. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing the whole thing where, like, I'm mailing customer shit around the country. Like, fuck that. No. I want to be able to see it. I want to be able to walk over to it and see what's going on with that device if I need to. If a customer walks in and says, you know what, I want to cancel my repair, I'm done. I want to be able to go to the slot and hand them back their shit, not have to explain to them their stuff's in another state. Like, just, I'm not, it introduces too many variables. If a customer brings something to our store, it will be fixed in our store. How about Lex Friedman podcast? Same thing. I used to think, okay, you know what, like, I get not hearing back from Lex. Like, you know, he's had Noam Chomsky, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Pfizer. And then I saw Destiny get on. No offense to Destiny. Destiny is a smarter guy than me. Destiny is a more interesting guy than me. Destiny is a more societally relevant person than me. But like now I got a little black pill that's like, fuck me. They like, again, I have nothing against Destiny. It's just at first I thought, well, fuck, you have to be a Pfizer CEO or Mark Zuckerberg to get on Lex Friedman. And then I saw Destiny get on and it's like, god damn. You could even be how do you decide whether something should be easily repairable versus it's fine to become integrated? I don't know if I decide. Do I decide these things? I think. Oh, fuck. 1 second. Let me reread the question. I was on a Destiny rant. CPU cache to build external modules, but now is built into the die. I mean, how often does CPU cache die? Usually if something with the CPU dies, you just replace the CPU. Lewis, can I work for you here in Southern California? What if I get what if I get what I need and fly to Texas to train? I have basic TV, computer, bill skills. Not afraid. Nope. I'm sorry. No. I answered that question before you donated. I feel bad that you gave me $10 to get a no again, but I am no. I want my customers to have comfort in knowing that if they give me something at my store, it is going to be fixed in that store. I'm not risking little parts and pieces getting lost because it got sent somewhere else. I'm not risking, I'm not doing that. And my website says no outsourcing, and that I mean it, no outsourcing. It gets fixed in my store, or it doesn't get fixed. I don't want to deal with remote shit. Like if somebody doesn't answer me on a ticket, I like to be able to walk over to their desk and see what's going on with it physically. I like to be, if the customer comes in all pitched off and bitchy, I want to be able to say, okay, asshole, here's your shit. Get the fuck out of my store. But you're not going to put it back together. Fuck you. Take your shit and leave. You just called my receptionist a cunt. You don't get to have your stuff here anymore. I don't want to have to deal with the whole shit. No, I fix stuff here. Okay, with the Lex Friedman thing, like, no offense. Again, Destiny is smarter than me. Destiny is more societally relevant than I am. Destiny is more interesting than me. But yeah, at first I thought Lex Friedman's show was only for like the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Pfizer CEOs. And then when I saw him on, it's like, well, fuck. I'm just boring. I don't know. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm boring. I'm not societally relevant. Such is life. But I've emailed before. Would you smoke weed with Joe Rogan? I would drink with Joe Rogan. I don't smoke weed, though. What are your thoughts around EV Tesla battery lifetime? My thoughts are that they exist and they seem to last for 10 years before degrading. Your cat's getting sponsor blocked is the funniest thing. That's not funny. That is not funny. I'm going to find whoever's doing that and I'm going to toss them off a roof of a building. If right to repair gets passed, what makes you think Apple won't just price chips so high that repairs are uneconomical? I don't think that they won't do that. I think that's exactly what they'll do. That's exactly what they'll do. And then we'll be going back and forth in that whole portion of the bill that says reasonably priced, at a fair and reasonable price. Then we will spend 5 years fighting for fair and reasonable, which is why I think it's really important to win the cultural battle, because it's important to win the cultural battle very much, because the legal one is very blackpilling. So yes, I want to win the cultural battle. I want to win the cultural battle. I want people that work there to actually say, you know, like I learned a lot of this. I got into electronics, so hi that. Okay, you can't do corrections with an asterisk in here because my memory is so bad that I'll forget what you posted prior. I'm sorry. My memory is so bad I'll forget what you posted 10 seconds ago. So you just don't bother with corrections. If you get a typo, fuck it. It doesn't really matter. But so I am relying on the fact that an Apple employee will say, you know, like I got into electronics repair because I watched Lewis's video or Jess's video or Jesse Cruz's video or Tim Herman's videos or Mark Schaefer's videos. And I don't want to betray those people once I become an engineer or, you know, a person that deals with parts procurement at Apple or dealing with Intersil and Texas Instruments. I don't want to fuck that person over, so I'm going to do the right thing. I want to try to affect the culture with repair. The legal thing is window dressing to me. Don't get me wrong; it's an important part of it. It's kind of like the way that you bring your opponents, your opposition to the table. You kind of have to have like a stick to go with the carrot. But my real hope is with the cultural side, not the legal side. Your cat's being sponsor blocked is funny. No, it's not, and I will find you. I will fuck you up. Don't, if you sponsor block the cat, I'm telling you, you're gonna get it. Are there any local New York City Mac repair places that Lewis endorses? From time to time, I may or may not endorse Simple Mac, but I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know. Did John Galt meet with you personally, or did you reject the New York City parasite by yourself? I dealt with him long enough that I decided to leave. I won't correct myself. Okay, stop giving me $2. You're giving me too much money. That's the best advice. I'm self-taught in a lot of things, and congratulating yourself with little things keeps you going. It really does. Don't let people call you arrogant for that. It's very important. I was pleased with shipping my Mac to Lewis for service. Thank you, Ann. Thank you very much. Matthew Spriggs says flag shit. Yes, you heard me right. Flag shit. Is Mr. Clinton's salary or out? Mr. Clinton's unpaid. He gets Halo cat food. That's enough for him. and the fanciest litter, and little mats around his litter. What job did Lewis get in Texas? Lewis got this job in Texas. Let's see. Funky house screws. Post there. Hello, Oreo. Who's my Oreo? Who's my good little kitty? I love random streams from Lewis to make my night. Thank you, Gunnar. Thank you very much. Soldering isn't a problem. Replacing parts that are visibly broken or trace is fine too. When it comes to problems I can't see, I rage quit or get depressed because I don't know what's going on. You and I both. Have you or anyone you know tried repairing CRTs? I haven't got the skills to become comfortable with high voltage. I have not done anything with CRTs. I don't have experience there, and I would not be comfortable with it because I'm not experienced there. With interest right now, you'd be unlikely to get an unsecured loan for a business, but you can get $250K to go to college instantly. Yes, that's sad. Why did the legacy GSM shut down? I don't know. Not my area of expertise. I'm glad you got out of New York City with your hard-earned money. You can make a playlist with instructional videos in the order that beginners can learn from. I have many. It's just nobody watches them. Those videos don't do well. But more importantly, I've made a bunch of them and nobody watches them. They're literally organized by playlist. They're all there. They're all there, Bergidoro. But nobody... Maybe there is something else I can do for you here. Think about it. I have 35 years of big box management, district manager. I can help. Why are you in California, bro? Get the fuck out of there. Like, I was trying to not say it, but I'm going to say it. Why are you in California? Get out. Get out of there. Get out of there before, like, announcing your fucking third audit in a row on YouTube is you. You think your open workshop gets so popular similar locations could appear in Europe? No, I'm not going to be doing anything in Europe. I'm busy with what I'm doing here in America. Also, what I'm doing is free, so things that are free tend to not scale very well because they're free. How do you feel about humidity? I'm fine with a little bit of humidity. What are your reco for a laptop? I like the framework. The framework is not a bad machine. I wish they would produce one with a graphics card, but I understand that they likely don't have the money to be able to do that because they're a new startup and they have to make a profit off of the first device they put out. You're not boring. Well, analytics say otherwise, my friend, but I appreciate the encouragement. Why am I still here? I wanted to give you 10 to help anyone with your audit. Maybe in some other way I can help. I'm going to help you. How about this? I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you that maybe it's time to leave California. What happened to the community post a few hours ago about another audit? It's dead. It died. It died. Did you see COVID riots and Reddit people mad they're locking down the Foxconn plan? Yeah, that's just insane. Cultural. Yes, culture. Greetings from my 4 kitties. 2 are sitting here watching your stream. How many litter boxes do you have for 3 cats? They share. I used to have 3, but they would all fight over using one of them, so I said, fuck it, you get 1. And he said, fix a stereo that cuts out when bass hits. Start poking everything with an eraser. Start poking shit with an eraser. You're not going to shock yourself if you poke stuff with an eraser the way you would if you tried poking stuff with like a screwdriver. And then see which component, when you poke with the eraser, messes up. And to be clear, I'm not talking about the eraser on the end of a pencil, because the eraser on the end of a pencil has that little metal thingy around it. So you risk shorting shit. And especially if you're dealing with an amp, like it could be, 80 volts in there, very bad. I mean like an actual just pure eraser with no metal. That's what I would do. That's how I used to troubleshoot audio gear that would be intermittent if you banged on it or something. To you and Northridge Fix, I have a kind of beef, huge fan of both channels, and I saw an old video of him saying some not very kind words, and I found it odd. We didn't like each other much in 2020. I think like over the past few months that we have that is done. I wish him the best of luck with his business. I wish him the best of luck with his channel. Pedal assist only e-bikes don't suck, you meanie. They're horrible. They're garbage. They're trash. They're literally broken. They're sold broken. Put the throttle on it. Release the throttle. Pedal assist only is broken. I wish Northridge Fix the best of luck with his business. Best of luck with his YouTube channel. I do not wish him the best of luck in buying a $1.4 million house in California, because I think that's a fucking horrible thing to do. But if it makes him happy, then, you know, it makes him happy. I'm hoping that he's not very lucky with that. I'm hoping that it winds up like falling apart just for his own good, so that he can buy a house somewhere else where he's not going to be tortured. But that's in a, like, because I want to see a positive outcome. Is your job full time? How do you do that and manage your business? You should be down on 6th Street partying right now. 6th Street is not for me. I don't understand modern women, honestly. 6th Street is not the place for me. Modern women make no sense to me. I don't understand them. When people say I don't understand modern women, I don't argue with them. I genuinely don't understand them. And I don't, like, no, 6th Street is a place, is a hive of scum and degeneracy. I will fly out to see you and figure out what I can do. You size me up, say yay or nay, we'll go from there. I move to Texas. I am not hiring right now. I have twice as many employees as I can afford. I am downsizing. So I used to have 12 people, and when I move here, I will have 6. You're going to be very disappointed if you come out here. I guarantee you that. Let's see. Where is my video demonstrating what it was I was saying? I'm sure it's here somewhere. Here we go. So this is 6th Street. Are you guys ready? Let me explain what 6th Street is. Finally caught your stream, but I don't know what to ask you. Any advice? Yes. So this is 6th Street. Ready? So this is Lewis. This is Lewis playing basketball. And here is this weird, rapey woman that's like rubbing her ass on me the entire time, which I actually thought that it was just crowded and people were bumping into me. I did not realize that some fucking hoe bag was banging her ass against me the entire time. Anyway, here's the part that here's the thing. So when I turn around, I see this woman staring at me, and she's just staring at me. So I go, "Would you like to play a game of basketball?" And she says, "Fuck you." Like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. Okay, maybe she really didn't want to play basketball with me. And then it wasn't until my friend gives me the phone back, and then I look at what transpired, and I see the same woman that was doing that shit is the woman that told me to go fuck myself and fuck me. I don't get it. Like, 6th Street is not for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm too autistic for that shit. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand 6th Street. I don't understand women on 6th Street. I don't get it. Like, when somebody comes up to me and says, "Lewis, you don't understand women," you're 100% correct. I don't understand women. I have zero understanding of women. I have less than zero understanding of women. And every interaction that I have tends to prove that correct. Yes, 6th Street is not for me. Every now and then I go to 6th Street to listen to live music. There's this one place that always has a cool band playing. It's called the Dizzy Rooster. They always have an interesting Pink Floyd cover band playing. And it's a different group covering Pink Floyd each time. And they're honestly not bad. There's one night that they were bad, but for the most part, every night they're really good. I usually try to leave a good tip because I'll be sad if that place goes out of business, because I enjoy going to a place that has good live music. But yeah, for the most part, 6th Street is not for me. 6th Street ain't for me. 6th Street is a fucking weird place, man. 6th Street is a very fucking weird place. I have a MacBook 2017, but the battery is not working. And a kernel panics when you do anything like browse the internet. Is not having a battery the problem, or is it software related? I don't know. I don't know, because it's with you and not with me. I don't have a way to diagnose it over a stream. What I would suggest is getting a proper battery and then see if it still has the problem. If with the proper battery still has a problem, then you're fucked. Probably dead CPU. If you do not have a problem when you replace the battery, then it was probably the battery. Much respect from Queensland, Australia. Thanks for everything. Thank you. What are your thoughts on... Oh, that's a dumb question. Let's see. Pedal assist e-bikes are the only legal option in the UK. Then use an illegal one? I don't know. I don't want to use e-bikes that suck. As a foreigner, I don't understand either. Yep, Ricardo, pretty much. It seems to cut power only at high volume, nothing loose, or I believe would too small a speaker wire cause the drop, would a larger wire increase the issue? I have no idea. You got to try that for yourself, man. This is basic. This is troubleshooting. You got to figure that shit out. I gave you my advice. Start with the eraser. I don't know what wire you're using. Are you using a piece of shit rotten wire from 1972 that's rusted and, oxidized and fucked up all the way through? Or are you using 12 gauge to 14 gauge speaker wire that's high quality? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue. In Massachusetts, I just heard that my local hardware store, which is refilling my propane tank, cannot refill my Blue Rhino. I don't know. I don't understand that. Rick says no one understands women. What is 6th Street? 6th Street is Austin, Texas's version of the East Village or Delancey Street in New York City. So in New York City, you have the East Village, and then for a bunch of bars, and then you have some clubs on Delancey, some fancier, more upscale clubs on Delancey Street, so that's kind of like their version of that. Except New York City doesn't have live music anymore because all the venues that had it have been killed. Boring to some can be interesting to others. I don't think considering majority opinion as the truth is a good idea. Yeah, but the whole point of podcasts on YouTube and otherwise is to entertain people, so I'm not going to get on those shows if I'm boring. Hello from Poland. Your work is appreciated. Watch you with the 3 cats. Thank you. Thank you, Cesare. Great work. Love your mindset. Wishing you much future success. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. Why are you single and not married? You have a good moral code. I don't know if that's true. You make decent money, correct. Have a considerable following. That doesn't really count. A YouTube following of people that watch me fix motherboards and yell into a camera at a chair, that doesn't count. And stay in shape. I don't know. I am not married because this is my local woman. This is my local woman right here. This is why I am not married. And honestly, I will happily stay single. I will take the cat over that any day. She thought you were rejecting her. She wanted you to ask her to go, what? Why don't you use a mechanical keyboard? Because I don't like them. This is a Microsoft 600. This is the best keyboard to ever exist. Why do people want to ride bikes in the city? It's like get a car brokey. Because that's retarded. That's actually fucking retarded. So, having a car, a car is like the size of my living room. Why do you need to have that if you're by yourself? So, in the time, it's going to take you an hour to get from Bed-Stuy to Midtown Manhattan in a car. I can get from Bed-Stuy to Midtown Manhattan in 23 minutes. Why? Because I can go around traffic and you can't. The ability to get around traffic is amazing. And you can get around traffic on a bike in a way that you can a car. Also, you have to find parking. I don't. I just take my bike and I lock it to a stop sign or some shit, or I bring it inside my store, whereas you have to pay $50 for parking or ride around the block for 45 minutes. It's miserable. Like, cars take, in highly densely populated cities, cars take away your freedom. Electric bicycles give it back to you. I like freedom. I value freedom, which is why I would want a car in a rural area and an electric bike in a densely populated urban environment. Clinton is somewhere out. I think he's on the floor. Clinton's a cat, so he lives on the floor. All of Lewis's cats have their own personalities. Mr. Clinton Black, very vocal and opinionated. Blackberry, demure and polite. Oreo, needy but affectionate. Yes, and he's also... Oreo is very, very slow as well, and lazy. Michelle says, Mr. Clinton OD on greenies. I haven't given him any greenies in 2 weeks. He broke into my greenies box, and he broke it open, and he ate them all. So he's purely getting his Halo cat food now. Nice, plain Halo cat food, and that's it. Louis forgot about Arlene's Grocery in the Bowery. Arlene's Grocery is a fucking shithole. Arlene's Grocery and Pianos, both of those places. It's been a long time since I went to them, but those places were coke-infested shitholes that in like the mid-2000s. Fuck that. Those are the places that are like famous for paying musicians. Like the entire band gets $40 for the night or free beer. But there's an A&R person in the audience, so it's totally worth playing here for $40 that you're going to split amongst 4 of you. Meanwhile, the bar is charging fucking $18 a shot for shitty liquor. Fuck that. No pianos. More Space Echo on Tape Op has a lot of stories about those places too. Thumbs up to more Space Echo on Tape Op forums. Why are pedal assist e-bikes bad? Wouldn't non-assisted bikes be counted as motor vehicles and require insurance? Because you can't register the non-assisted ones. You literally can't register them. There's no way to register them. So there's no registering or insuring electric bikes. The reason the ones without the throttle suck is because they don't have a throttle. Pedal assist sucks balls. Main reason why. When I throttle, I know what to expect when I pull the throttle, right? I know what to expect when I do this. I know what to expect when I do this. When I'm pedaling, I know what to expect when I pedal. Do you know what I'm not expecting? When I hit the pedal like this, and it goes, ooh, I'm not expecting that. That's weird. That's unsafe to me. I don't like that. I don't like getting on a bicycle where when I hit the pedal with this much power, it then just shoots out 600 watts of power into the pedal for me. I don't want that. If I want to pedal, I will pedal. If I want to motor, I will motor, and I will adjust the amount of motor I do with the throttle. But don't you adjust how much the motor is being used based on how I hit the pedal. Now, if I want pedal assist, I will pull the throttle a little bit, or maybe a lot, depending on how much assist I want. I can granularly adjust it with the throttle. Now, with the pedal assist only e-bikes, the way you adjust the pedal assist amount is by hitting a button and setting it from 1 to 9. Are you serious? I don't want that. I want a nice granular level of control that's variable that I could change quickly as I need it, which is the throttle. I have sometimes used my bike as a pedal assist bike with the throttle because the throttle gives me the freedom to variably change how much pedal assist I get. I want that. I don't want this. When I want to pedal. When I want to throttle or a pedal assist, I will throttle. But I want that to be controlled by me, not the bike. I want to control my device. I want to control my hardware. I don't want my hardware controlling me. It's a basic principle. For my cell phone, for my computer, for right to repair shit, and for my electric bike. I want to control my vehicle. My vehicle is not going to control me. To the extent that I can allow it, at least. I quit going to 6th Street when 3 random drunks tried to start fights with me for no reason. Shortly after, a couple of rappers sprayed bullets in a bar when I should have been there. You know, I had an experience with this guy who recognized me from YouTube, and he kept asking me to fix his computer, and then he started following me down the street, demanding that I fix his computer, and that ended badly. That ended in a police report. But yeah, 6th Street is a mess. Shout out to Dizzy Rooster. Very cool bar that usually has cool music playing, but even that. That bar has less degeneracy than the rest of 6th Street, and I also genuinely enjoy the live music there. I love hand throttle. Thumb throttle is shit tier. Yeah, most thumb throttles are like on or off. I want a hand throttle. Excuse me. Whoever set these laws obviously never rode a bike in their life. True, because if they did, they would realize just how unsafe it is to make these requirements of low... And the worst of the bikes that cut off at like 700 watts. So let's say you're at like 15. They'll hard cut off at a certain miles per hour. So it's constantly like pushing you forward and then stopping, pushing you forward and stopping. It makes you want to throw up. What electric bike do you recommend? The one that you build yourself. Get a phase runner controller and attach it to a motor of your choice. That's what I recommend. The only good electric bike, due to the laws that exist right now that make legal e-bike shit, is the e-bike that you make yourself and you program on your own. Anything else that you buy in the store is usually going to be shit. Matthew Spriggs says you had your first encounter with the Southern White Basic Bish. That wasn't the first. There's been many of those. There's been quite a few. That was just the first one that I got on camera. Excuse me. Do you have a guide on how to build an e-bike? I do not. You should check out the e-bikes Discord or the Endless Sphere forum. Endless Sphere is an awesome forum. Also, the e-bikes Discord that I will link you to in a minute once I open it. I recommend the Phase Runner controller. The Phase Runner. So, these people are some of the best people to buy e-bike shit from in the world, in my opinion. I love these people. They are good people. They make good stuff. ebikes.ca. ebikes.ca. They provide... I know what some of you are going to say. You're going to say, well, I can get this thing cheaper somewhere else. What's your exact style on picking up women? I don't have one. I think we have very similar personality types, but sometimes I struggle with body language. Any tips on picking up whether a girl likes me? Bro, I'm the wrong fucking dude to ask. I am the wrong fucking dude to ask. I literally don't have one. I have absolutely no game whatsoever. Here's the thing. For me, how do I put this? When I'm at work and I'm like selling somebody on a repair, I have this superficial charm to my personality that allows me to be an Asperge but still be able to do customer service. Thank you, JJ. Thank you very much. And that personality winds up attracting a surprising amount of women. But then when I leave that up behind, it just like it goes away completely. Okay, I can't find they actually don't have any phase runners right now. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, all the phase runners are gone. I can't find the phase runners. But yeah, ebikes.ca. Even when something costs more money through them, I would still buy it from them because the amount of good faith support that they offer and the amount of help that they'll give you in terms of getting stuff that's compatible and suggesting shit is really out of this world amazing. Let me get an invitation to the e-bike Discord for you. Here we go. E-bike Discord. Just made an invitation for you. Have you ever confronted Destiny on him having a... Oh, fuck off. That's dumb. I will take your $5 and I will use it on something good while not reading your comment. Yes, my YouTube channel, MFRat. I did a whole playlist on this. It's just, again, nobody watches that stuff, which is why I kind of stopped making it. Guide, basic. Yeah, so I made a playlist, Guide to Basic Electronics, a long time ago. Let's see. It's going to be hard for me to find all the videos in the playlist, but I'm going to just show you the intro, and then the rest of it, like, it's in a playlist. You just have to browse the playlist on my channel, and you'll find it. It's just literally nobody watches this stuff. To the point where I tell somebody to find this playlist and they won't actually even find it to watch this. But yes, I made videos and going into detail on all this stuff a very, very long time ago. But they kind of just they're dead. They're dead. Let me see. I'll find the playlist for you. I got really blackpilled on making repair stuff since I would lose 200 to 500 subscribers every time I produce a video. Let's see. and like nobody watched them. But let me see. I'm going to find it for you. I know that I had that playlist in this. Here we go. Guide to Basic Electronics Unprofessional Edition. Here we go. Guide to Basic Electronics Unprofessional Edition. MF Rat. There we go. What if building one year is way past your level of expertise? Start with something easy then. Just get a BBS HD pre-built kit. Like you just get a BBS HD pre-built kit and ask a bike tech to help you put it together or something. Are there any alternatives to a framework laptop like the concept that a 60 hertz screen is a turnoff? Oh, you've been brainwashed. If you think a 60 hertz screen is bad, you're just brainwashed. Even for non-gaming. There's nothing wrong with 60 hertz. There's literally nothing wrong with 60 hertz. That's fine. That's fine. Why do you go into places like that? I did not know that. In order for you to know that a place is like that, you have to enter it. So in order to learn about something, great gateholder, in order to know what type of people go to an establishment or what it's like in an establishment, you have to go to the establishment. And I've tried a lot of different things over the course of my life. You're not really going to know what you like until you do it. Yeah, what is this anti-60 hertz propaganda? Bro, it's fine. 60 hertz is more than you'll ever need. 60 hertz is fine, bro. 60 hertz. There's nothing wrong with 60 hertz. Who the fuck is responsible for brainwashing people into thinking 60 hertz is bad? Like, who? I want an honest answer. Chat, who did this? Who did this? BlackBerry's the best behaved. Also, bruh, my store it doesn't close until December 10th, so it's still there. I worked at uBreak for about 5 years, and I've gained knowledge about low to mid-level board repair, and I'm scared to take the leap to owning a shop. Any suggestions? Am I too late? Put up some ads, man. What do you have to lose? Put up some pull tab signs. Put up a Craigslist ad. Put up an ad on Backpage. Classifiedads.com. Do YouTube videos. Talk on Facebook groups. Put up a sign at your local church or some shit. I don't know. Go put up signs at the local pizzeria with your phone number and your info. Just get started. Let's see. Here, I will link you to a video. Where did I start? How do I get there? The answer to everything. This is probably a really bad answer to your question. This is actually probably a horrible answer to your question. I'm going to give you two of those. I'm going to give you two. Two horrible answers. And there you go. So obviously you have the repair part down. You probably have the dealing with customers part down, unless you had a receptionist doing it all for you. What you need to do is learn how to generate leads, learn how to generate business, learn how to run a business, and learn how to not get fucked when you get audited over and over again. But I link you two videos that I suggest that you watch that I think will be massively helpful to you. And I hope that you're able to go out on your own. They're good skills to learn. Even if you don't wind up starting your own business, they're good skills to work on. What's TIFL? The animeist, we have a no acronyms rule here. No, what is TIFL? I don't know what TIFL is. What chair do you use? Oh boy, another opportunity to fucking affiliate link. Let's do it. I know that I'm never going to be as as good at shilling. I'm never going to be even 10% as good at this as Linus is, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. If I can even get this affiliate account to like 3 digits, I'll be excited. My Amazon affiliate account is a joke. Nobody clicks that stuff anymore. But I'm going to pimp it. I'm going to pimp it. You don't actually have to buy the thing I link to. You can literally buy anything on Amazon, and apparently I get a commission from it. Yes. Got to take back some money from Jeff Bezos. I appreciate the answer, and this is me paying for the free knowledge you provide over the years. Don't worry, my owner pays me extremely well. Thanks for the cheat codes. Oh, that's the other thing. Okay, if you're getting paid well, then what are you looking for in leaving? If you're honestly at the point where you're thinking of starting your own company, what I would consider doing is going up to your boss, bringing your grievances up, and saying, what is it that I would need to provide? How much more value do I need to provide you? What do I need to do in order to have my grievances met? And then go from there. Before you start your own business, here are my grievances. What do I need to provide you in order to have my grievances met? And do you think that this is fair? Like, try to work shit out first. Because again, starting your own business, some people find it fun. Some people find it incredibly stressful. I don't know I don't know where you lie in that, but a lot of people find it stressful because it can kind of be stressful. How are you these days? I am me. I am Louis Rossmann. What are you doing, Oreo? You just left. You left. You don't get to come back after you leave. Go. Go, you little traitor. You want to go hang out with Mr. Clinton? You want to be cool? What? You don't get to come back here. To quitting in the middle of the stream. Freaking cat. This little guy just thinks he can leave when he wants to leave and come by when he wants to come by, and there's no consequences? Ridiculous. Look at him. He's like, I'm going to make myself comfortable. I'm going to make myself comfortable. Well, what is this? What are you crawling all over me for? What? I have a MacBook Air making weird noises around the CPU area, like very fast clicks. I think you're hearing things, sir. I was moved to Florida. I never moved to Florida. I went to Texas instead. It's very difficult. I've worked over 100 hours a week since I started mine. Starting a business can be a pain in the ass. Acronyms are no. Do not bother clarifying. Type like a normal human being. Yes. Texas Football League. Oh, that's what it is. Where's Mr. Clinton? On the floor. What's your opinion of FOSS software? It's open source, and it's free. Dogs are better than cats. Okay, you get a timeout. That's the first warning. You will not get a second one. Louis, the chair is unavailable. Help. Ask Jeff Bezos. All right, time for me to get out of here. I got a lot of work I got to do tomorrow. It's going to be fun. I will see you all later. That's about that. I will see you all in another video. See you all later on. Bye-bye. Hope you have a lovely evening. Or I should say, that's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something.